Hello guys, today
Why Amy put it on?
I know this so well.
I'm getting it. Why put it on?
Dude, I'm making a video. Hello guys, I'm going live. Me and my aunt Desiree are going to be showing you how to make a wonderful peach pie.
All right, guys, so we've already started because things are crazy at the house. We bought some fresh peaches, picked right here in Connecticut,
Yep.
and some strawberries and blueberries because I think that berries are good in everything. So I've already started cutting those up into little same size pieces. I'm almost done with the strawberry pieces. You can see the leftovers. There's about 5 peaches in there right now. I'm going to hold off on blueberries until the very end because some people in this family do not like blueberries, and that's not very nice. But it's the truth. So now that we have our fruit all in one bowl, most important thing when you're cooking is to keep it clean. So I'm done with the peaches and strawberries. I'm actually going to throw all this stuff away.
Am I going to see the bowl?
No, please go look at the bowl because next we're going to get into the bowl and start doing things with the bowl. So the critical piece, we want to make sure we have enough fruit.
Do you want me to stick with this?
Mix them all up.
That's right. We're going to actually cut a few more peaches because I think it's a little light on the peaches before we put the
I
blueberries
want some
in.
cheese, please. I want some cheese, please.
And once we have all of our peaches cut into good size shapes for the pie, you want to make sure everything's about the same size so it cooks around the same time.
I want a pie.
We are next going to
I want
put
a
some
pie.
pie filling together by putting some sugar, just a little bit,
Where's
and then
the
letting
hot
it sit
dog?
for a minute or two
Where's
so that
the
all the
hot
flavors
dog?
go together.
Let's say
Gibby, be quiet. You need to be quiet.
And while we do that, while we finish our cutting, what we're going to do is get out spices. I already started taking them out, but Ava can show you what spices we're going to use for this. I'm going to keep it pretty traditional. Very simple, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of salt. Always add salt when you're dealing with anything sweet because it makes it that much better and that much yummier. So keep that in mind. That's a good little tip for you.
Okay, where are the spices?
They're right behind us over there.
over
You
here.
can show everybody where we are. We also have 2 different kinds of
We
sugar.
have Domino
That helps
sugar,
make it
We have
taste
Domino
a
light
lot
brown
better
sugar,
than just one sugar because one sugar will make a kind of a caramel.
Mediterranean sea salt, ground cinnamon,
Auntie Dad, you buy me a new game.
ground nutmeg,
Maybe.
You did.
ground
I see
allspice.
it.
That's what we are
I
going
feel happy.
to be using for our
Why you
spices.
Okay, Avery, why don't you bring those spices over here and we'll start getting it going. How about that? Perfect.
I want some cheese. We have some cheese.
Do this.
We have some cheese.
That's for our macaroni and cheese that we're going to make later, but first we're going to start on the pie.
Why?
So that way it has time to bake and to cool. Perfect. So while we're at it,
Here's the hot dog.
Avery, why don't you grab for us the pie crust? Now, because it's an easy, quick thing, we bought pre-made pie crust. It's pretty good. You can make it special by adding sugar and things to it,
What is
so it's extra special.
What is this?
That's cheese. Can you leave it over there?
this?
So if you could grab the pie crust out of the refrigerator, that would be great.
Buy a butter. Show me that.
It's in a box. Long and skinny.
Like an egg carton?
Nope.
Oh, here it is. Sorry.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry. Okay, so before we get the pie crust in, it's at room temperature already, which is awesome.
Avery, I brought
Right?
that out for me.
Where's the pie pan? It's right here.
Pie pan.
So
I want to have pie.
we are going to have pie.
I want to have pie.
You're going to for dinner. I'm going to add a couple more strawberries. I always like to kind of give it an eyeball and see what I think. I love the strawberry piece. It's actually, I would love to add some blueberries at this time, but we're going to do blueberries only in one piece of the pie so that people who like blueberries can have them, but people that don't have to.
You want a pie? You want a pie? You want a pie?
What you might want to do, Avery, is look at the instructions for the pie crust and preheat the oven because it's really great and really important to get that oven heated. I already took all the stuff we stored out of the oven. I think it's 350.
Wait, are
was
we
my guess.
doing this on purpose?
Yes.
Right? Preheat.
Okay.
I just get it. I put it
Bring
cheese
this
in.
to room temperature.
Yep, put it there.
You gotta unroll the crust.
Yep, I'm already. But what's
I
the
don't know where
oven?
that is. The preheat. I don't know. A button is.
You just put on,
Okay.
you press bake, and then you get to the temperature.
It says bake at 450 degrees Fahrenheit until golden brown.
Okay, so 450 is what we need.
From 11 to 13 minutes in a glass pan and 9 to 11 minutes in an aluminum pan.
Okay, perfect. So now we've got all our fruits kind of together. You can look at it. Looks pretty good.
All right. So what? Now what do you want me
Now
to
we're
press?
gonna start adding
Now
some
what do you want me to press?
sugars and some spices. Okay, so we gotta press bake twice. There you go. And now it's getting all heated up. Okay. So now that the oven's getting heated up, we do with our spices a little bit. Now we need a big spoon.
Big spoon, right?
There we go. See, P-R-E for preheated.
Preheated.
Pick one.
Now you can see we also have a big pan here getting boiled water for our homemade macaroni and cheese in a few minutes. We have our pan out to make the cheese sauce as soon as we're ready.
No, Gabriel, this is mine. No, Gabriel.
I need something a little smaller than this.
That
You
is
want to be able to
mine.
really flip through it.
This.
That
I
would
need
be
it
great,
when I go
actually.
poop.
Okay, go.
So what we really want, we don't want a lot because the fruit is actually really good. It's the perfect time of year to make this kind of pie. So we're just going to literally put the littlest bit. I don't like measuring when I cook. That's why I don't like actually baking cakes and cookies. I only like to bake things like fruit pies where it doesn't really matter. So you can see you got a little bit of sugar, just a little bit.
Okay.
Regular
I'm
white
gonna
sugar.
mix it.
Nope, it's not ready to mix yet. Sorry. And then we get a little bit of the light brown sugar. We're going to use both of these things again later for our pie
I
crust to
wanna
make it
have
special.
it.
Now, brown sugar gets really hard. So what you want to do usually is keep it with rice or with bread, something that's a little bit more moisturizing. But here, it's not that big of a deal. We can actually put it in the microwave for a minute and it'll get much lighter. But we don't need a lot of it. So. What, honey? There's nothing to pour really because it's really hard. So you feel that hardness. See, brown sugar has a lot of moisture in it, so it feels like a brick.
Oh my god.
It's like clay or Play-Doh or slime that got hard. Right. See how hard it is? Isn't that crazy? So all we really want is a teeny little bit, so that we get the flavor of that brown sugar in there. See, so you can see little crumbs coming out. What? It'll get and as soon as the moisture of the fruit.
Brown chunk in the middle.
That's right, and there's some crumbs in there. As soon as we have the fruit mixed up, it will break itself up and make a little syrup. And then always with the sweet stuff, a little bit of salt, just like a
When it's done, I'll be
perfect. No,
Why?
Couple grams.
that's right. Just a couple grinds, just a little something to make it different. Oh, a teeny bit of cinnamon. You don't want to. Oh,
It's a little bit more than a teeny bit.
no, it's less than a quarter of a
It is
tablespoon. It just
cinnamon.
looks big. A teeny bit of nutmeg, like a lot littler than before, like that much.
There's sugar in there.
And then a teeny bit of allspice. Allspice is really strong. It's like what Christmas tastes like, so you don't want to put too much of it in there. Because otherwise then it tastes like pine cones and it's kind of gross.
Tastes like Christmas. And it must taste good.
Well, Christmas is awesome, but pine cones in your mouth, not so much. So you got to stir this really gently. Because what you want is all the moisture from the fruits to get released and make their own kind of little juice for the pie. Okay? So this we're actually just going to let sit for a minute or two and let that happen. It's called macerating. We're just turning it here little by little. And then we're going to get our crust out. Doesn't that look pretty good?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we've got strawberry peach. So what did I say the first rule of cooking was? Keep it clean. So we're going to put away the stuff that we don't need right this second and move it out of the workspace. Put these aside to get rinsed. We're going to wash our hands a little bit. And now we're off to number 2, which is let's get that crust going.
I got Mommy's secret stash of candy.
Ooh. So when you buy pie crusts that are pre-made, it's so easy to work with. They don't taste as good as my mom's homemade ones, but I don't have the patience for that, so it's okay. So first thing we're gonna do is open up a pie crust.
You're gonna want to unroll it and put it in the pan.
That's right. It is already room temperature, You can't get it right from the freezer or refrigerator or else it won't work very well. So here's the trick. It's a circle. Your pie crust is a circle, but also the pie tin is a circle. So if you unroll it kind of in the right place to begin with, then you don't have to worry about it too much. The more you move it around, the harder it gets to like make it do what you want.
Now you're gonna want to like fold the edges over the edges.
Yes, but I don't think we're gonna do a double crust pie. I think what I'm gonna do is get some cookie cutters out and make a cool topper.
This sounds cool.
Just because we have time to kill and it'd be fun. So next thing we're gonna do is we've got to fit this into the to the pan the right way. But I don't want to do that too soon. I want to make sure first and foremost you do it really gently. So very, very gentle fingers. Because every pie tin is a little different size. And then you want to do this. You want to make it kind of open it like a flower so that all the filling will go in and will have a place to go. And then pump a bunch of holes on there so it'll be nice and good. See that?
You want this one?
We're going to do the same thing with our next
Kind of
one.
looks like a snowflake.
A little bit, yeah.
So
You
we're
can make all
connected.
sorts of things. See, look at how juicy those are now getting. Isn't that crazy? And really, really good.
Where's the pie sauce?
Right here.
Do you know where a pizza cutter is, Christian?
Yes.
Great. Can you get a pizza cutter?
I will.
What?
Is it? Yeah, I can't find it, Christian.
Is this no?
You
That is
wanted,
the dab.
you wanted a cookie cutter?
We can make you want to put dinosaurs on the top of your
Dinosaurs.
peach pie?
Dinosaur there. There's the pterodactyl.
You want pterodactyl? You want dinosaurs on your pie? All right, dino peach pie. Dino might.
Would you need this?
No? All right, so next step is we're going to put all of our yummy fruit filling into the pie crust. Okay? No magic to this. You just kind of put it in wherever you want. You want to get all that good yummy juice in there.
You need this? Need this?
I do not need that. That cracks nuts. Did you know that? Fun
No.
kitchen gadgets do all sorts of cool things, and that one cracks
Yeah, this
nuts.
is my dance.
Yeah? Look at all that yummy juice.
What
Avery,
is
you want to try
this?
it with your fingers and see what you think so far?
You need this? Can I try?
Wow.
Good, right?
That is so good. Oh, you got a strawberry left over. Oh,
You can have one if you want. Here. Wait, well, that way we no fingers in the pie, kids.
Can I have one? Peach.
Oh,
I was there, strawberry.
You want a strawberry, little boy?
Oh. Oh.
There you go.
I think you put a little bit too much
ground cinnamon.
Is it cinnamon?
cinnamon, yeah.
But when it bakes, it's going to be a little
You
different.
need these? You need
I
these?
wish I could try it, but I can't because there's sugar in it,
You need
and I
these?
can't eat sugar right now.
You need these? You need these?
Because me
You
and my
need
whole
these?
office is doing this very special
You need
thing where
this?
there's no extra sugar in anything that you can eat.
You need this?
So I'm almost done with that. I'll be
I'll
done
do
on
that.
Tuesday. It's
I'll
kind of
do
fun.
that.
It's called the Whole
I'll
30.
do that.
We're doing as a whole team,
Auntie,
so it's
that.
kind of fun. But what it means is no pie for me today. Next time.
Oh, come on.
Next
Just
time.
sneak it.
No, it's not worth it, honey. I have a team. You know what playing on a team is like.
Yeah, when I go,
You do what the team does. Here, try this and see if it's too cinnamony. If it is, there's ways to kind of address it.
There is a lot of cinnamon, but not as much.
Is it like good, or do you think it should be?
It's good. It's really
It's good. Like I don't want it to be perfect. I want
Auntie,
it to be
this.
taste
Auntie,
like
this.
strong.
Auntie, this. Can you
No.
try strawberry?
No.
What's
Yes,
the
honey.
next step? Or do you just put it in the oven?
Sure.
Nope, not quite yet. So now is when we need our butter for the first time. In order to cook an amazing pie, one of the secrets is you always put a teeny bit, like
Auntie,
little
this.
pieces of butter,
Auntie,
like
this.
very little,
Auntie,
on the
this.
top of the crust.
Auntie, this. Auntie, this.
Yes, honey.
You can put some stuff here.
Okay, but we don't need that. So what you want to do is because that makes the crust really buttery and flaky. Especially when you're using store-made crust, you always want to give it a little extra something. So
Guys, actually,
that's what we're doing.
How's it going?
good. If I'm not ready,
Okay. That's for salad.
Yes, we didn't use it as a result.
if I'm almost ready,
Okay. So next we're going to take our second pie crust.
we don't need it.
We're actually going to take it out because we're going to make some dinosaur pterodactyls on the top instead. because we couldn't find the pizza cutter.
Pizza cutter.
Watch out, Mommy.
Let me try to find it. Let me try to find it.
Oh, okay. I don't think we need it anymore though, because we changed our mind. We're gonna do something extra cool with it.
You guys can have this.
Yes, we might need
So
that
are you
later.
gonna like make the shapes, put the
I can-
shapes on,
guys, you
and then
need
just
this?
put it in the oven?
I'm not gonna put. There's one more step before you put it in the oven. But yes, pretty
What's-
close.
What's the step before it?
Try it.
So we put this on. We're gonna put like a little cinnamon and a little sugar on it, like so that the crust is
You
nice.
need
And then
this?
we're gonna have to crimp it on the sides.
You
Make
need
sure that
this?
everything stays in. We do not need that. Put that back, please. It's dangerous.
And then you put it in the oven.
And then we're gonna put it in the oven and
It's
bake it
done
and let it
preheating.
cool while
It's-
we're making our
Yeah, I
macaroni
think
and
it's
cheese.
done preheating.
Stop preheating.
Okay, well that's okay.
Wow, that is
What is
really
No,
cool.
do not touch.
What is
That
that?
This
is
is pie
really-
crust.
you can see the steam coming off.
I please have some of that.
When it's cooked. You don't want it when it's not cooked, do you? Yucko. No. No.
Wow.
Okay, so we're cutting out a couple of stegosauruses, I think.
I like that.
Oh, triceratops,
Can I
sorry.
make a pterodactyl?
You can. I think the key is how we're going to lay these all together and what they're going to look like.
That is going to look cool. I just know it.
That it is. So we'll make a couple of these. We'll put them all over the top.
Can I please try? Pterodactyl.
You can.
I please try?
And then I guess we could actually reverse it.
Oh, Mommy, you're gonna have to erase it.
A decorate. Yes.
Where you put it?
On the front door.
I can see.
Sure.
It's gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, if you use it the wrong way, it actually doesn't exactly work the same way. So we're going to have to cut extra hard. Because the whole point of cookie cutters is it's sharper on one side than the other. So while it's a good idea to try to get them to reverse each other so they can face each other, it's a little harder to pull off than I thought.
It did heat up. I did it.
But we did it.
son. No, dude. Let me try pterodactyl.
No, we're not done with this one yet.
I can try.
You can try if you
That
want.
is-
No, honey, you got to make sure that you're saving the crust because this is all the crust we got without unrolling, without using the billy club.
So realistic.
How
It
you
looks
get
so
it?
realistic.
Cool, right? Well, it is realistic. It's a real peach pie.
How you get it?
No, I meant like the dinosaurs.
How you get it in? How?
Okay.
How? Show me how.
1 minute. We're almost done with the pterodactyl, and then we'll do. With
How you?
the triceratops, then we'll do the pterodactyl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Here's another cool idea. Once we're done with this, we'll see how it goes.
Why don't we make this?
Nope. We leave that be for a minute, Bubba. All
What
right.
does the crust taste like before it's
It's
cooked?
would you like to try a little bit?
It's
Well,
good.
yeah.
Can I have one?
Yeah, it doesn't taste much like anything. Here
It's
you go.
actually really good.
It's really just flour and shortening, and not much else.
Tastes good.
Right? It's kind of like it's like pizza dough or anything else. Kind of plain.
Also kind of good.
It's not bad. For sure.
I mean, it's not like you would live on it. Like some people would like live on
It's
salad
macaroni
or
cheese.
fruit. It's something that you would like have every once in a while for kind of like a treat or something.
Yeah, I think it tastes much better cooked,
Yeah.
but that's just me. So there's our first pterodactyl in the group. Now, I think the pterodactyls are less interesting to look at than the triceratops, personally.
Yeah.
But we still have room for a few of those, and that's what's cool. Now, Christian, you wanted to do one of these?
Yes.
Would you like to? Okay, so the next one, you're up, so get over here.
Ooh, I got a pterodactyl head.
How was that?
I got this one.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. This is very good.
It tastes very good. Awesome. There's a pterodactyl right in the middle.
You can say about it. I'm making
And I
it.
think we need one pterodactyl and we're done. Now,
I
see,
need-
this is the sharp end, and this is the end that you hold. So you got to make sure every piece of it covers, and then you push down really firmly, and then shake it a little bit so that it unloosens, and then very gently separate it from the rest of the pie crust. No more.
Okay.
So yours kind of stayed there a minute, but it actually cut
But
pretty
that
well.
tastes good.
Yes, it did taste good, huh? Okay, so that's where we are. So it's pterodactyl number 3. And then I think we're ready to close our pie up. What do you think?
Yeah.
I make my pie.
All right, so best way to close a pie up is you start fold, pinch,
How you get all
Fold.
this stuff?
pinch. You fold and pinch, fold and pinch. Now this one isn't, because there's not a second crust on top, it's not gonna be super thick, but that's okay because it'll taste really good. And we still got a couple things we're gonna do with it. So now,
Or we put in-
Avery, you know why we weren't done after just putting the crust on the top.
We're putting the pie.
In the oven.
I'm just
Don't touch anything over there. At all.
just put it off.
No, turn it back on. It needs to stay on.
Put it on 9.
That's perfect.
That's a really boiling.
Well, that's the whole plan. Is it we got to cook the pasta before we make the cheese sauce.
I
So
have
that's our pterodactyl peach strawberry pie so far.
So we're dinosaur peach. Dinosaur peach.
That's right. And so what we want to do is we want to take a little of the white sugar, not the brown sugar. Take a little of the white sugar. And what we're going to do is take our little fork. We're going to sprinkle some on top. Mostly so it hits all the pterodactyls.
We're making dinosaurs on top.
Wow, that is so cool.
Mom, I love how you're so sarcastic.
It is cool. You know why? Because I'm involved.
That's something that I would say.
Yeah, well, birds of a feather, my dear. Beautiful.
See, mommy?
Got some dimension on that. That's important.
Go look out in the front yard. Go.
So this is a good starting point. Now, one other thing about pies, especially pies like this, you don't cook them for very long. You cook them at high temperature, so you got to put some aluminum foil around the corner so it doesn't burn. So, do you know where your aluminum foil is?
Yeah.
What did you do? I like those dead plants.
Hey, what's the number one rule of cooking? Clean as you go. So, now that we're done with this phase, I'm going to put away everything I don't need anymore.
Tinfoil.
Perfect, Avery, if you could just put that back. Right now, what are we done with? We are done with the pie crust garbage.
We've
Right?
done that, right?
We're done with the pterodactyl, and we're done with the triceratops, so we can put
We
those
done
away.
it.
Yep, that can go in the sink too. We'll wash those while we're making our macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
All right. Beautiful. Now we got to get some paper towels so that we can wipe off our surface and keep it clean.
I'm gonna get this water.
Okay.
Did we get this water?
1 minute, buddy.
Did we get this water?
No, we can just leave that right in there and I'll wash it, okay?
Okay.
Gonna put our spices away. Keep the salt out because we'll need that for our macaroni and cheese. Then I'm gonna go deep dive in what might else be there
I
that
did
will
that.
help my macaroni and cheese
I think
out.
that's going crazy.
Yes, please. That's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Gabriel.
I'm gonna
Okay.
throw this away.
So aluminum foil. You really just need, because what you want to do, you want to make sure the aluminum foil, make sure the pie crust doesn't rip.
Why?
So you see I'm going to make little strips of it. I'm going to make these strips look kind of like to protect the outer edges so they don't burn too much. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as it tastes good when it comes out.
Hey, Mom,
Yeah,
I found the secret stash of candy in the bathroom.
that's not a secret stash. That stash is for
Show me, Kristen.
Halloween.
Where's my head up?
Oh, sorry to disappoint you, my friend.
Kristen, 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 Kristen. Oh, there. Kristen, Kristen,
All right.
Kristen.
That looks just like a pro made it.
Well, I'm definitely not a pro. And the most important thing about baking pies is to put something under them because they often drool and then your oven gets disastrous and it's really hard to clean.
It's the only way.
So you put your pie on a larger surface like a baking sheet like this. Then you go into the oven just like this. I don't know if you have an Alexa here, probably not.
Yes, we
We
do.
do.
Ooh, Alexa, set timer for 10 minutes. Does it talk back to you?
Yes, she might be, volume might be
Yes,
down.
ma'am?
No, she doesn't need to. Try it again.
Alexa, set timer for 9 minutes.
Guys,
9 minutes, starting now.
Seriously, Mom.
Excuse me?
You turned it up too much.
I didn't
So-
realize the volume, honey.
So while we cook that first round of the pie, We'll check it at 9 minutes, and if the pie looks good, and I think it will, then we'll take off the aluminum foil and we'll cook it for another 4 or 5 minutes to get the rest extra crispy. And then we'll be done. So, now that the pie is mostly done, we want to start on the macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese, super easy.
This was just the pie video.
So we'll pause until the pie comes up. So, here's my elbows. Do you have any pasta that you want to get rid of, Cheryl? Do you have any pasta you want to get rid of?
Okay,
Like
guys.
weird
So
scraps?
this video
There's no reason
is
why.
going to conclude, and we will make another video and post it when the pie is done.
Like 4
Okay?
things in it. It's like
Adios.
Shells.